All right, doing this one from this way because I wanted to sit down because my foot fucking hurts, and all my neighbors now have new dogs, and they're getting to know each other, so to speak, through the gates, and that's why I just brought these guys in because I just didn't want any accidents happen. So I could see them sniffing, so I just brought them back in. But anyways, so I got Ace here, Ava's over here. Question this person asked is, he is concerned he's training his dog wrong because he sees other dogs on Instagram and YouTube, and his dog is not at the performance of which they are. Okay, so his dog's 2 years old, German Shepherd, Ava, Fox. But he sees other dogs on social media who are even younger, and he is wondering why can their dog perform at such a high level but his is not. Okay, so yes, this isn't so much of a dog problem, this is a you problem. It's because you are getting inside your head and you are comparing yourself to anybody and everybody other than yourself. Okay, so when you start doing that, you start playing mind tricks with yourself, and I am guilty of that more than anyone in the world. Okay, I gotta catch myself constantly. I went through it last week actually. Ava's focus heel was off and sloppy, and then I got, pissed off. So I just caught myself and I just stopped doing it for a few days. Went back to basics, popped up the hand and her head popped up, and I called it quits there and celebrated. Okay, so rather than beating myself up over it, rather than beating up the dog about it, just let it be. Okay, so stop comparing yourself to other people and other dogs. Stay in your lane. Not saying you're doing anything right or wrong, but you cannot compare yourself, your dog, with others. Okay, you're not like it's in a competition where even that can be kind of skewed. Okay, so because you got to think about it even logistically. One, who's training the dogs you're looking at on social media? Are they a better trainer than you? But look at the dog themselves. Is it the genetics of the dog? Okay, the genetics do play a role in how the dog learns and develops and at what speed. Is it what kind of breed? Okay, you gotta look at different things. Is it a low drive dog? Is it a high drive dog? I mean, look at my dogs. They're polar opposites. You got Ace, who's low drive, and Ava, who's a crackhead who's always amped up and just can't chill. So please do not compare yourself or your dog to other dogs. It's only gonna hurt you. It's gonna be a vicious circle. You're literally gonna be, okay, rather than being in the moment with your dog and doing the best you can during that session, you're constantly gonna be undermining yourself and wondering, what's the other person doing? What are they doing? What am I not doing? Yes, those are valid questions, but do it after the fact. Stay in the moment with your dog and just enjoy it, okay? Because they're gonna feed off of your energy. You mother... Go inside. They're gonna feed off of your energy, and then that's what's gonna also hinder their performance, okay? Because if they feel that you are stressed, you're putting more stress on them, it's not gonna be fun for you, it's not gonna be fun for them, and they're not gonna wanna perform, okay? So get out of your head, get out of your way, stay away from social media. If you wanna look at something because someone you're trying to learn and develop a certain skill, fine. But do not compare your dog to theirs. Okay, it's just not fair. Okay, there's always going to be someone out there who's better at you than something. So if it's like a focus heel, if it's like a down or a stay or whatever, it's too many factors. Someone's always going to be better. So if you just understand that and accept that, it'll be easier. Okay, but if you start saying, I wish I had that, then you're already setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, you can wish you had that, but you're working with an animal. Okay, you can't, you're not developing this in a lab. You got a dog, you got dog. Okay, you got what you get. That's it. So yeah, I mean, it's natural to want to compare yourself to someone else, but in this case, it's just unfair. And if it's already hurting you, it's undermining you, now you're second guessing yourself, it's not going to make training fun for you. You're going to end up probably stop training as often. You're probably, again, going to be more stressed out when you train, so it's not gonna be fun. You're gonna do it less, and now that you're doing it less, the dog's gonna regress, and it's just gonna be a vicious circle. So get out of your head. Stop comparing. If you have to get off social media for a while, do it. Don't compare your dog to another dog. It's not fair to the dog or you, okay? And just remember why you are training your dog. You're doing it for the dog. If you're just training it for yourself, and I have a feeling because you're comparing your dog to other dogs already, it's an ego thing, okay? You're doing it for you. Remember, you gotta be selfless here. You gotta be selfless in the fact that you're training your dog to be the best dog possible for the dog itself that is in front of you, and that's the dog you have. You want to do right by the dog. You want to make sure they have the best life possible, and that's why you are training the dog, because you care and love about the dog. Who cares if they don't do a focus heel good? Who cares if they don't do a retrieve? Who cares if they, whatever else, a down in motion, whatever. Who cares? Who cares if they can't bite? Who cares, if their scent isn't good? These are things you can help develop, yes, but who cares if they're not doing it at a certain level that another dog is doing it at, okay? Just get the dog to a level in which, it can absolutely get to on its own, with genetics in play, of course, and do that. Find exactly, every dog is just like people, got a certain skill set and good at something. Find it, exploit it, develop it, make it fun. If a dog has weaknesses with something, yes, develop it. I'm not saying just stop and giving up on your dog because it's not good at something. I'm not saying that, but just understand it just may not be a level of which you see other dogs at. And just to let you know, other dogs you see on social media and competition dogs are like 1% of the dog population. It's like a professional athlete, it's 1%, okay? You're seeing the top, breeds and performance of genetics and abilities complemented with solid trainers, okay? So don't start beating yourself up if you're not there, okay? Because again, the percentage of the dogs that get to that level, the percentage is so low. So don't rack your brain or beat yourself up over it, okay? Just focus on your dog and develop those skills because you're doing it for them. Get out of your head, stay in your lane, and just keep working it. If something's not working one day, forget about it. You can think about it, yes, okay? You can think about it, you can be analytical, what could I have done better? What was working, what was not working? Think of it like that, get very strategic with it, so this way you can remember it and apply it to the next session, and that's the word, next, okay? Not every session is gonna be perfect. Don't try to be. Some of the best sessions are just because you're playing jazz with it, okay? It's very improv, it was very off the cuff. It wasn't something you were perfectly planned, okay? Happened to me last night. I know that dogs normally get the zoomies out back, and actually by like 8:30 it was still light out. Usually it gets dark, and it was cool. They were running around. I used that to my advantage. So when they got zoomies, I worked Ava very well. I worked Ace, and even though they were very high and dry because they wanted to run, they wanted to race, I had one of the best sessions ever, and I didn't have any treats, I didn't have any toys. It was just because it was natural, okay? Most of the training sessions, make them as organic as possible. Don't try and force it. If you try forcing it, then that's when you can get into that sticky situation of you're trying to manipulate and get more out of something than you can get out of that day. Which, okay, if you get a little bit more out of that day, okay. If you don't, again, it is what it is. Next. So that's it. Get out of your head, get out of your way, be present with your dog, enjoy the time you are actually training with your dog, and your dog will feel that energy. It'll enjoy training better. You both will have fun, you'll both want to continue it, and you will both improve. All right, good luck. Talk to you next time. Done.